gosh! This is pretty much the worst video ever made.
You guys ready to start the show?
Yeah, I'll be good.
Get the show on the road. We have 3 wheels to spin today on episode 26. We've got the $50 giveaway. $50 giveaway, the topic, and who goes first. 3 wheels. Trifecta of wheels. And you might notice Stu's camera is flickering a little.
A little?
It's not as bad as... No, I saw it once. Not as bad as it was.
Oh.
So bear with us. So, a couple announcements. I guess I made one already about the wheel. I should mention this every episode for people who listen to the podcast as opposed to watch the video. Sometimes we show things. We always show the wheel spin, but we announce the result. But we show things sometimes. Vassal maps, picture, we hold stuff up to cameras, whatever. So if you really want to get the full experience, I guess, go to YouTube and just go to my channel, Advanced Squad Leader Academy, and you can watch the video version of the podcast. The podcast, I just spit out the audio and put it on Spotify and it goes out. So I recommend watching the video because sometimes we show stuff like War of Middle Earth, War of the Ring, right here, classic. Yeah, nice. Has nothing to do with ASL, but I put a random game up there once in a while. I don't think anyone notices. We are not going to do a Tara update. We played last Saturday or Sunday. Not a whole lot happened. I moved all my guys on Red Beach 1 as far as I could. Scott smoked a bunch more Amtraks. I was able to get some guys out before getting smoked. Some got smoked. It's a shit show on Red Beach 1, and we'll move to Red Beach 2 whenever we play next. But yeah, it's pretty rough so far for the Marines, but that's expected. But the rule dives, I don't know, we played for like 3 hours. Just the circular references and cross references, and you go here and then it tells you to go there and then you go there, and my brain was numb even after 3 hours.
Brutal.
Like, God.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Stu, I wanted to ask you, do you have a date or day for Tactical Tuesday?
Yeah.
Phoenix from the Ashes?
Yeah, I obviously you want to put something out there before you start it, because if you start it, I never got notified. But somebody posted something on Discord about like, is this going to start up or something like that? It's like, well, for work, my November was completely. November's like a no-go for like anything. I don't care what happens. I can't even get married in November if I wanted to because I'm so busy. And December is not quite as bad because of the holidays, right?
Mm-hmm.
And but it should be coming up straight up in January because no holidays.
Yeah.
You know, that'll get people coming home from wherever the hell they go to on the holidays, so they can't see it on their phones and things like that. Or, I mean, maybe they might sneak away, say, hey, I need to go to the bathroom or something like that, and be gone for like an hour and a half and watch Tactical Tuesday or something like that. But so it's better that way. And I'd like to have some people, you know, comment on kind of what they might want to see or bring. I kind of don't want to do exactly the same things before, because then the people that participated in it before, you know, I mean, if you liked what it was, then that's great. But I like to expand, you know, because the SK is expanding. You've got, you know, another Hazel coming out. You know, we could discuss that. And things like that. We'll chat about that. Like I say, Tactical Tuesday is mostly about tactics on how you how you could approach the game a little differently if you're having difficulty in your successes. Like say, oh yeah, what you know, like everyone says, you know, what good of mortars are too heavy to lug around? What's the ATR good for? Of course, I don't think they have ATR. It might have ATRs. So what's ATR good for? You know, which tanks it did.
Good like for pre-41, pretty much.
Yeah. So and other things like that. And you know, I was watching some guys. You know, and again, I don't know if anybody's watched it, but I've been watching Wardrobe and his buddy. They've got I've been watching those, and very interesting. Obviously, they haven't played a lot, but they're still not too bad. But they don't hesitate in like a little bit of rules dive. The one gentleman, the white hair, I don't know how often he plays, but if he doesn't play that often, he knows pretty much what he should be doing.
He says he played almost
Mm-hmm.
exclusively. I don't know, 10 years ago. Like he was really into ASL, but he hasn't played for a while, so he's got the.
Yeah, if that
It's
was
in
10
there.
years ago, then he's pretty sharp. I mean, I don't know his name. I'm sorry, I don't know your name, sir, but he's pretty sharp because he every time they question something, he says, "Well, I think it's this," and I think he's like right like 95% of the time.
Yep.
So, and little things like there's a couple rules they miss, but you're gonna miss those. But like if you're asked somebody, say, "Hey, do I get this?" Then you think about it and then they operate it. That's different than like, forgetting like a CE modifier or some shit like that. But entertaining to watch. Like I say, they're doing pretty good for players that haven't played. I know Wardrobe hasn't played a lot, which is Todd.
I don't think he's played full ASL. I think that's as far as I know. That may be his first game of full ASL.
Yeah, I'm not sure. He's doing pretty well.
He's messed around with it a little bit.
Has he? Okay.
Yeah. He's done some solo stuff but new. But like I say, you gotta get the gumption and don't lose heart. Don't lose heart. Keep pushing the envelope and use your troops. Hint, smoke, infantry smoke, and then advance into smoke. One guy throws it, the other guy moves in. Pretty much most of the time because the movement factors are too much.
What are they? Is it silence that gun? Is that what they're playing?
Silence that gun, yeah. Classic.
We played that 2-3 years ago, Scott and I, and we didn't realize it. Yeah, you'll remember when I give you this short little story. We played it 2-3 years ago, and we were done. I think we were getting ready to do a video AAR, and we realized that the boards were set up backwards.
Oh, nice! I've done that. It's still fun. It's actually kind of fun doing that.
As I remember, the game was still fun. I think it was still fairly close. It didn't really seem to have too much of an effect on it. I don't know.
It was just board 4.
I think there's 2 boards, and one was
3 and 4
flipped like this instead of like this.
Oh, 4 was flipped, huh? Oh, that'd be interesting.
I forget which one. One was just flipped.
Okay.
You don't really play M4 much, so.
No. It's just the edges, like you're skirting the edges. But it's the
We played way back in the day, though.
Yeah, I was watching those guys. Like I said, very entertaining. I like the live dice. I gotta tell you, I like the live dice.
They had a good setup.
And pretty cool. And Todd's little D12s that are actually D6s got me looking on the internet for them. We can't find them, so.
I wouldn't let you play with
those.
Wait,
D12 that are D6s?
Yeah, they're just doubled. There's 12 sides, but the one's duplicated.
I didn't even know. Why didn't I notice that? Did he roll them all the time, or just once in a while?
He didn't roll them all the time. I think he rolled them sometimes.
Maybe I just didn't notice.
He got a nice set of them, and for dice that don't really roll well down small towers, like I think he's got one of the smaller towers. The D12. First of all, I love D12s from D&D, but they would just roll better, and so it's pretty cool. So anyway, like I said, I think those guys are doing great. I'm flicking here for some reason because my computer's a piece of garbage.
Yeah, we'll just have to power through.
I think my video card's going now. I gotta get a different video card. But anyway, they're doing great. They're open to making mistakes, and that's number one. That's the how you succeed at ASL is you make mistakes and then you don't worry about it. And then you try to go on. As long as you try to improve, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. You'll catch it.
Exactly. Your holiday, mention of holidays, the schedule for this show, because I think we're leaving town for a while, so there may be a week or two where we don't have a random selection show, so that'll be why we're absent from the interwebs over the holidays, possibly. Scott, you got anything?
No.
No.
We're not doing the Tarawa. That's all I've done.
Not a whole lot happened. Just rules dive and shit blowing up, pretty much. I am getting a copy of the ASL Companion, issue 1, at least. And I'm going to do a overview video of it. I probably won't have time to read all 100 pages before I do the overview video, but I can show people what's actually in it. Somebody maybe do a video before I do my video, but I will put one up when I get it. See what it's all about, because nobody really knows what it's all about. Okay, You guys ready?
Or you got to wait. You got to stand up. You got to
Oh,
model your shirt. I just noticed the blue shirt. Yeah.
I've worn this one before.
Yeah.
It's just yeah, it's got it on the sleeve.
It's
Yeah, I've
blue?
showed
Oh,
this.
yeah.
I've showed
the
this
sleeve,
one before.
That's legit, dude. That's like so cool. That's pretty cool. Sorry,
This is
that's pretty cool.
it's like a, I don't know what color, slate blue. It's not really bright, but it's nice. Yeah, long sleeve.
Yeah, I like it. Looks good.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's give away $50.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This is up until episode 26. In episode 24, I spun surprise, and the surprise was you had to find something in the video, and you could send me an email with a word, code word, or phrase, and you'd be entered to enter the giveaway. I'm kind of disappointed. We only had 13 entries, and that was after episode 25. I said, you guys need to enter. It's free money, free ASL. $50 gift certificate to Ritter Creek. So we have 13 entries, and I'm going to spin now. One gentleman, this guy, Paul Curie 128. These are all their YouTube handles. He lives in the UK somewhere, and he said if he wins, just respin because it would cost too much for him to order something from Ritter Creek.
Second chance games, right?
Well, the gift certificate's from Ritter Creek, so.
Oh, you already bought it.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I'm going to, but yeah.
Okay. Well, if he wins, you can just buy second chance, but whatever.
I suppose.
It's your giveaway. Your giveaway.
Yeah. and then they had to respond with what's their most sucky terrain, the terrain they like the least.
Okay.
And the majority of them, it was either wall, hedges, or bocage.
Oh.
So I've been influencing them a little bit or brainwashing them. I don't know.
Suck it up to the boss.
But we got bocage, marsh, rice paddies, marsh, bocage, walls, hedges, stone buildings, bocage, hedges, jungle, dense jungle, elevation of any kind, and embankment railroads. So yeah, a lot of walls, bocage, hedges. Now, people aren't a big fan of those rule sets apparently. But I could be brainwashing them. I don't know.
No.
I complain about it fairly regularly. So, okay, let us randomize this.
I don't know why I'm glitching. What am I glitching?
Maximize it so people can see, and we'll give away $50. And I have everyone's email, so whoever wins, I'll contact you via email, and we'll work it out. Okay, here we go. And the winner is, out of the 13 entries we got, Paul's Inn. Stone Buildings. He's not like Stone Buildings. So, assuming your first name is Paul, nice. I don't remember, or if that's your real name, Paul's Inn, I don't know. I'll contact you via email and get you a $50 gift certificate to Ritter Creek. You can order something ASL related. And he has other stuff, but it's mostly ASL, I think.
Nice.
Okay. Congrats to Paul. Remember, if you watch the show, you never know what's going to come up. Surprise may come up. Hopefully it doesn't come up here. Let's see. Oh. Let's see what we got here for the shoe.
Uh-oh.
Here. Scott's wedge is getting up there.
Damn, he's got a big wedgie.
Spin the wheel.
Or have the people type in what scenario we want to analyze. They could choose for us.
In the comments below.
Yeah.
Okay. In the comments below, if there's a scenario that we want to analyze on the show, post what that scenario is. It just came up on the spin, but we decided to push it to later because we weren't really ready. We don't know what to analyze, but if we have something prepared, when it comes up, we can do it. So if you want something for us, some scenario for us to talk about, pull up the card, maybe have a map set up, and we can talk about it. Post in the comments below. But for this show, it is
night seaboard invasions with kids.
Oh God, yeah.
And that'll be a quick analysis.
Something classic. Don't post red barricades or something. Something like that.
Yeah.
Collectors.
Yeah, just save it for a future show. Next show or.
Yeah. Collectors versus players. Let's see who goes first.
Holy crap.
Oops. Spin. Okay. And who goes first? It's going to be me.
Neal.
Me.
Damn.
Neal starts. All right. Let me go back to
Make those wedgies fat.
To this. Display results. Start timer.
Nice. Oh, there it is.
Collectors versus players. I don't know if it should be a versus players. It's collectors or players. I'm not implying that there's some kind of battle between the two. I don't know. Maybe there is. But I think some of us have become collectors. I'm honest. I can say honestly that I've become a collector, and that's mainly because I have a YouTube channel that talks about ASL. So I try to get as much as I can. I can't get everything, but I get all the MMP stuff, and I get most of the major third-party stuff, and I get occasional used critical hit stuff. I have a lot of ASL. A lot of it I haven't even talked about it on overview videos or unboxing videos, and it's always my goal to talk about those more because I have some really cool old stuff. I think, for example, I have the original just to that side of War of the Ring. I have the original God Save the King.
In the little, yeah,
Yeah, the original.
very nice.
And what I was going to do, I was going to do a video of this versus what this looks like. All right, here's the map. Here's what the map's pretty rough.
Oh yeah,
Right.
that's major old school.
Yeah, old school. This original module, which probably cost, is there a price on here? I'm guessing it was $15 back in the mid 90s whenever it came out versus A Bridge Too Far, the
Yep.
MMP version updated. And I have the original this. $12 was it back then?
Wow.
Finland. So I have a bunch of I'm a bit of a collector, not gonna lie, but I also love playing the game when we find the time to play it. So I would consider myself a little bit in between, but my goal isn't to collect and uh, sit on the stuff and hoard it. It's to try to educate other players on some of the stuff that maybe they can't get, but I'm able to get because I have people who are members of the channel, right? They throw me a few bucks every month.
All right.
You guys are members. I don't know why, but you are. You've been members for like 4.5 years or whatever. So I get a little bit of money every month, and I usually spend all of that on ASL. So I can buy stuff here and there. My goal is to show people stuff that maybe they can't get, and maybe that'll help them decide if they want to get it. On top of that, right? Because if YouTube didn't exist, maybe there would be some sites that would have pictures and stuff. But if YouTube didn't exist, in other words, if all this stuff was coming out in the 90s, you wouldn't know what the hell it was. All you'd see is an ad in a magazine with some text. But being able to visually show everything that's in it, talk about it, go through it,
Yep.
is very helpful to a lot of people. So that's my goal in my endeavor of collecting ASL, I guess, at this point. But I am still a player. I like to play. I don't like to sit around and clip counters 12 hours a day, whatever. So, yeah. What about you guys?
I think when it comes to ASL, I consider myself a player. I don't. With ASL, it's kind of different because like if you're thinking core modules, you buy a lot of third-party stuff, right? And
Yeah.
that's probably borderline collector, but
Borderline. That's
it is.
it is. Yeah, it is. It's okay. You can say I'm a member of Collectors Anonymous.
Yeah, I try to buy all the MMP stuff, the journals and action packs and all the core modules, and there was a time because there's been a lot of gaps in my ASL playing history, right? So
Mhm.
there was times when I wasn't necessarily playing, but I was still buying it.
Mhm.
But it wasn't just to have it necessarily. It was in hopes of playing it all someday.
Right.
I mean, wargaming in general, there was a. There's been times when I would buy a game just because I thought it looked neat, just to put on the shelf. Maybe, of course, you always hope to play it someday, but I don't know. I'm less of a collector now than I probably was in the past.
I think I've flipped because there's a lot of stuff in the probably 2000 to 2000 to 2020 or 2015, somewhere in there, that I miss because I was just so disconnected from ASL during that time
All right.
Mm-hmm.
that because I didn't get any of the journals and some modules. I completely missed out on them. So I'm playing a little bit of catch up now as well.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like back in ever since we started playing in the early '90s again, from that period on, I would pretty much make an order because used to get like the little, like this before the internet, really. I mean, the little catalogs,
Mhm.
in the
Oh
mail,
yeah,
and
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
cool.
But I'd place like a M&P order, like once a year, whatever they came out with,
you
and
didn't
just try to.
go to Hodgkin's Drug.
Well, probably yeah.
Yeah,
Some of it, yeah, but they didn't have a ton of ASL stuff, but yeah.
I just think it's. I mean, a little off topic. I just think it's amazing. I haven't been in there in decades, but I think their website still shows it. This little dinky drugstore in Moscow, Idaho, had a super cool gaming basement. It's just strange to me, but is it still there, Scott?
Yeah.
Is
Oh
it?
yeah.
Yeah,
No, it's still there. It's
Damn.
still.
yeah,
I mean, it's not like the guys that I knew that worked there. They're not there anymore.
yeah,
They're dead. But
yeah. What? They're dead?
yeah,
How old were
most
they?
of them.
Were they old or
Uh,
older than us? I guess. I don't know. I don't remember.
no. Well, a little bit, not much,
Huh.
but yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, they used to be big into model railroading, scale
Hmm.
models,
Yeah.
games. Well, they're less RC stuff, but they're less of all that. It's mostly Euro games and Warhammer.
Oh, these
It's
Oh,
days.
half. Yeah, these days
Yeah.
half the basement is half that downstairs is
Yeah.
Warhammer.
I imagine.
damn.
Yeah.
They got Magic cards, the card games, Star Wars games. Uh,
Yeah. I remember.
the only really war games they have now is like Memoir 44,
Yeah.
Axis and Allies.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah. I
But
remember. And I won't. We'll get back on topic, but I just remember when I would go down there in the mid '90s. It wasn't just a gaming store; it was like a hobby
yeah,
store. Like you said, they had
Okay.
trains and models, and I think maybe some crafts type stuff and games. Yeah, they all kinds of stuff. It was a cool little store down in the basement. Okay, Stu. Sorry, sorry to go off track there. Just triggered a little memory about
No,
Hodgkin's
that's
drug.
cool. It's very interesting. It's to have such a resource available and gameplay where at least you can go is very cool. Matter of fact, it kind of hits on my son. My son's we have essentially two gaming areas. There's one locally, which is it's kind of a rinky-dink little place, and then the one in the bigger city is a much bigger venue and it's large. But then you have your Friday night magic and all that other stuff. Same old thing. Same thing everywhere else. I think Wednesday's board game night or something like that. So anyway, it's good to have those venues to hopefully expand the hobby. But in terms of collecting and playing, I think I would like to think, like if for those individuals that have a gaming group that's around, I know the guys in LA, they go from different regions in LA to a lot because they have a decent number of players in LA. I would presume that those guys are more players in terms of collectors. Of course, you could be both, right? but one predominating over the other. I'm kind of shifting from, not just like you know, when you have the channel and you have some resources coming in, you make sure you pick up the next item too. I don't do a lot of unboxings, but it's good to have that information or the resources for gaming, for people that are interested, like Tactical Tuesday, things like that.
Yeah.
I bought all the SK stuff, so it's kind of good stuff, and it's just a good resource to have for the learning process. But not now. I mean, this last year, probably last 2 years, I've been just trying to pick up as much, because I have all the MMP shit, right? I got all the MMP stuff.
I see your
Got all the
shelf
bounding
there.
fire. Yeah, got all the bounding fire. I've got heat of battle, pretty much all of it. And this just came yesterday, and this is the old school shit.
Oh yeah. Yep.
This is the old school Bolt the Hawk,
Critical hit.
Yep.
Ruisat.
The only
I like these 'cause the
only
maps-
critical hit worth getting, in my opinion.
Yeah, and the Uncommon Valor. Again, this is a gentleman that was selling it online.
Yep.
Dazinski Tractor Works. And the funny thing is, you see the sex of the hexes, the size of the hexes.
Mhm.
These are kind of small, and some of the other maps are like really big, and so it's it's extremely varied. And so, and then of course Scotland the Brave. I think I already have like 3 copies of this, and then Carnage at Casino. It just it was a decent price for it, and then Stone 42. This is like my 3rd copy of this one as well.
I think I
But these
have
hexes
most of
are-
those.
So like
think
these
I have-
hexes are a lot bigger than the other ones. Just huge.
I have like 3 copies of Point to Hawk now.
Yeah.
Because people want to get rid of stuff in a bundle, and it's just in the
You take it
bundle.
all. Yeah, just take it all.
Like that bundle with the Bloody Omaha box version.
Yeah, the last stuff you got.
He didn't want to break it up, but I wanted that, so I just got
Yep.
everything.
Right. And so of course, you got your fans here. But again, that's more the critical hit stuff that I'm doing now is more collecting, because I didn't like you. I didn't buy any of that crap. I bought some critical hit stuff. Like I think I had the Scotland the Brave way back when it was produced. But then I got my little shelf here. I'll just show you my little shelf here. And there's my little Crescendo new thing. But this is just packed of Bounding Fire stuff. Some GMT stuff. This is all, Operation Neptune, and mostly all this is critical hit. On the bottom here, more critical hit. And then like Panzer, that's just different. Honestly, I'm collecting GMT versus playing GMT, although I go to GMT on the weekends. But all this other stuff here is just, stuff that's still in wrap that I just, it's like rule sets and things like that, just to support the hobby, right? I'll buy it to support the hobby. But the critical hit stuff I'm using as a collector, I like to get it out there because your newer players probably aren't very familiar with it, I would presume. That might be a wrong presumption, but there it is. And I'd like to get this stuff out on some vassal stuff, just from some simple replays. Even if solo, solo's not the best, but
some of the critical hit stuff, it's hard to find vassal maps for.
Yeah.
I've got some old ones, but there's some stuff I don't know if they even exist.
I gotta be honest, I might, using your resource, might be an opportunity for me to at least create some of the scenarios that are small pictures. But yeah, right now I'm a more of a collector than a player. I didn't hardly play at all in the past calendar year.
Yeah.
For whatever reason.
You've been very inactive, very quiet.
Yeah, and so just the whole slew of different reasons, kind of go in and out. And so, but you got to keep, like you said, if you skip buying some stuff, you're just not going to get it. Like the Zamoli stuff, like the new thing from the Advancing Fire. I didn't want to pay $160 for it. It's like you're going to be. I could always sell it for $160 3 years down the line if I need to get rid of it. So
it'll be out of print probably in a half a year, right?
Yeah.
And will they reprint it?
Yeah.
I think they're reprinting
the Brevity
Piazza, I think.
Oh, right.
But most of these are one-off stuff, except Critical Hit. He just keeps recycling them in a different name, type of thing.
Yeah.
But
And it's
well-
fun to research the critical hit stuff and what shit to avoid, and the panels. I'm like the old school. Of course, I started a long time ago, some more old schoolish. Their maps could be a little bit, not quite as quote professional, but it's a map. I
You mean as far as
enjoy some of the maps.
graphics?
Yeah. Some of the
Yeah.
graphics, like the
They're
Rouge
hitting.
Ridge, look odd, but
Do you have is that the hand painted one?
maybe,
Or is it
maybe.
the original was hand painted, and some people hate it. I actually kind of like it.
Yeah.
But
Here's the Uncommon Valor one. This one actually looks pretty.
some of their
It's really
maps
funny 'cause
are hit and miss. Like the Point to Hawk map is kind of crap,
it's just like yeah, exactly.
and the original, like
Well,
Scott
this is just a
mentioned.
mountain, right? This is just a mountain, but these hexes are giant. These are like deluxe hexes, or not deluxe hexes, but
What module is that? I can't.
this is Uncommon Valor.
Oh, okay.
That's like an air lane. So this is like a giant,
That's a
like
big
a real,
ass airfield compared
like an
to
actual size
compared to
airfield.
MMP airfield.
Yeah, so I wasn't even familiar with this, but $20 or whatever I paid for it, it's like, yeah, I mean, I'm good for the map, and but so yeah, I like the I like the different maps for it. If it doesn't have a map, I'm not really interested in the scenarios. I'm not a collector of scenarios. I'm more of a map collector. If it's got a nice map,
I
I'll
love
get it.
ASL maps.
And so that's what keeps you going. And if anything, I mean, even if you don't play, hell, I know some guys that just have the maps and just stick them on the wall because they're so nice to look at.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, I think you can go in between the both. And like if you're a hardcore player, then you kind of will be collecting a lot of the stuff. If you're just an MMP like fanboy and you don't buy anything else,
Hey now.
you still kind of are a collector in terms of MMP stuff, right? If I buy all the modules, and that's a no-brainer. I'm going to buy every single journal.
You should probably,
those are
if you're an ASL fan, that should probably be a minimum. You should probably always get all the MMP stuff.
Yeah.
Because it'll probably go out of print at some point, right?
Yeah, you're never going to see it again.
I always beat the drum. If you can afford it and it interests you, buy it, because it's either going out of print or you can resell it. The stuff, the ASL stuff that gets listed on the Facebook Consim group, buy sell group, the ASL stuff is gone in minutes.
Yeah. That's where I got this. I mean, I got this about 3 or 4 weeks ago. But yeah, some of the other stuff, some of the other items he had there, it's like, oh, I want to snag this, and it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
And most of these guys are back east, so they post at 4 o'clock in the morning my time. So I'm not looking
and
to
you
buy
see it, and you're like, oh crap, okay, I guess I won't.
But at this point, for me as a collector, I mean, there's some weird shit that I do not have, but
like what?
I'm not missing too much. I pretty much have. Like I said, I pretty much got all Heat of Battle, all Bounding Fire.
What weird stuff do you think you're missing?
I don't know. Maybe just a couple weird modules from Lone Canuck. I've got a lot of Lone Canuck stuff. Not a lot of the Scenario packs, but the maps, like the Race to the Booze.
Yeah,
I've got all those sort of packs.
I don't get any of his scenario packs. I have enough scenarios.
Yeah,
I've gotten his little tacticals,
Yeah.
which are usually fairly cheap, and they have a map and stuff.
Absolutely, like $35, something like whatever. But yeah, I'll definitely get that with the maps. It's no big deal. But the scenarios, and like you say, you don't. I don't need them. I don't think, in my opinion, unless it's SK, scenario packs are just not necessary. You just, I mean, with the
unless it has a board, that kind of forces you to buy it because.
I just don't know. I mean, and that may counter to Hasbro saying, Hasbro's got some great scenarios. It's still scenario pack. I mean, their design of their scenarios, I think what people have said is a little different. I mean, is like if the design is different, then that it's one thing. Sort of like the fort boards, right? He's the same board, but it's just instead of lengthwise, you just do like this, and it's like, okay, that's nice, and it's still geomorphic. And but essentially allows you to play ASL just using one boards, and instead of like lengthwise, you just like traditional board game where you got the giant squares. So, and kind of opens up the board, which I don't mind. It's a really good addition.
So Scott, what do you think about just scenario packs?
It depends on what it is. I bought some that were, if it's like airborne or Battle of Bulge or something like that. Yeah.
Are you talking just MMP, or would you buy like Haswell? I have nothing against Haswell, but if it's just a scenario pack, I'm not buying it. I've
Like I
got
said,
thousands
if
of
it's
scenarios.
something that, yeah, I mean, no, if it's something I'm interested in, yeah, I mean, more scenarios, the merrier. I don't
What if
care.
it has a map?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, yes,
Yeah, the
as in
map makes
automatic
it, the
buy,
map,
or maybe.
well, yeah, the map makes it a little more attractive. Yeah. Because it's probably something historical. So I like that.
Usually they're geo boards, if anything, some
Well,
kind of geo board.
Now, counter-wise, I wonder how much more is it to produce counters over. I mean, I guess there's the copyright thing where it can't be an MMP type counter, so
You mean third party?
you've got that issue. But I mean, a
God,
counter's a counter. If it's an LMG and it looks kind of cool, then
I don't need any
I
more
mean, it's just a
counters.
counter. I mean,
Jeez.
it's a big deal.
Unless it's something special that you need for some scenario pack or a module. I hope you're not forced to. I mean, I think you are sometimes. You're forced to buy an entire sheet or more just to get a few special counters. And it's like, oh,
Right.
I've got 30 more 4.67 Germans. Great,
Oh, right. I get you.
great. What, yeah, what am I going to do?
Vassal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then someone has to vassalize the special counter as well.
Right.
On top of that,
Yeah.
but do you think the average player in 2025, which is coming to a close, do you think they lean to collectors or players these days?
I'm not sure a lot because the problem is they're so silent. There's not a lot of different questions active. I've been seeing a lot of questions from names I do not recognize posting questions before, so that's good. That's a good sign. But I don't know what stuff they have. I mean, one guy was questioning. He may have had a question on, Jesus, I don't even recognize the map. It was maybe Slaughter Poniri, and again, that might be just I'm a buddy of somebody, and I'm just asking a question about this because a lot of times you look at the questions, they obviously don't own it because otherwise they know how to answer the question. But I think there are some guys that like to, if they can get their hands on like a whole collection, they might buy it if they have the resources, and it just never comes out. Someone like Todd. I mean, I'm not sure how much he has, but let's say he has 6 or 7 modules, right? Because again, you got to buy them before they go to print, but he just never gets around to it because his love is for like all war games, so he'll play a lot of other stuff. He's not an ASL, hermit, per se.
I have a funny story about Todd, real quick. I forget when it was. It was 2-3 years ago. I interacted with him. I didn't know. I don't think I really made the connection at the time.
Right.
I may have known. But he was selling his copy of Beyond Valor, and it had a little bit of it was punched, right? Pretty much new, and I wanted a backup copy, right? The price was right, so I bought it from him. It ended up being Todd, Wardrobe Plays World War II, and then shortly after he sold it to me, he ended up rebuying it.
Oh man!
Never sell your ASL stuff if you're remotely interested in it, because it's gonna cost you.
Yeah. Especially Beyond Valor, right? I mean, you can sell Hollow Legions or some shit like that, but
right, you need Beyond Valor if you're going to play ASL.
Yeah, Beyond Valor is
for
face to face. Like you say, if you don't have face to face, you don't need to buy a damn thing. Just the rules, pretty much.
Yeah, I thought that was funny.
That was kind of funny, but yeah, you'll see guys you do that, and lately I haven't seen a lot of collections go up. Every once in a while, you see brand new stuff. And it's like, they buy it, I think, with the intent of learning it and getting into it, and they just run across maybe just different things that come in the way. I mean, I see some people that are very apprehensive about getting into it, even after buying it, and just seek out if you've got buddies that play the same game, like Todd and his opponent and his president. I don't know his name.
I don't
Sorry,
remember his
know
name.
But keep going. Keep throwing those counters on the freaking table.
Yeah.
Doing vassal. Use the dice towers. Just keep the dice towers rolling.
Scott, were you going to say something earlier, just a minute ago?
Well, yeah. I mean, I have kind of an issue with the whole collector versus player. I mean, to me, a collector is somebody that just buys something to have it, right? You
6
buy
copies.
it,
Yeah.
yeah, and you put it on the shelf, right? And
Yeah.
it's a collection. I mean, like I knew a guy that collected Hot Wheels. I mean,
You
he
mean,
didn't play with
and
them.
they don't do anything with them at all? Is that what you mean?
Right? Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Like, yeah, that's a collector. He'd buy Hot Wheels and he'd put them in his display case. It was a display of Hot Wheels. It was his collection. And there's people that collect other stuff. They don't even take them out of the box because that
Oh yeah.
runs
True.
the value.
True.
I buy games. I bet it's like I have every intention of hopefully someday playing every game I buy. So I don't
Yeah, I don't know if there's any. I don't know if there's any true the way you define it, Scott. Any true ASL collectors that just buy the box and slide it on a shelf and don't do anything with the system.
Leave it in the shrink wrap.
Yeah, I mean, I have some in the shrink wrap. They're like backup copies that I have.
Right.
But I mean, I do collect a lot of ASL, but I also play the game. So
I think there are far fewer guys that will buy multiple copies for like never opening and then playing face to face over here. Some guys do that, but again, that's resource draining on that sort of thing. I think there are guys that will buy a lot but just not play it, and that is not necessarily collecting, like Scott said. It's with the intention of playing it and getting it on the table, but they end up just like sort of like me. I kind of, because I by default I haven't played a lot, I'm essentially everything I'm picking up is not for play, but it's just collecting at this point with the intention of later on down the line of playing, and not like, oh, I need to buy Uncommon Valor because I'm playing it next week.
it's research. It's fun. I have lots of books that I bought, decades ago that I had every intention to get to. I don't know if I'll get to them at this point, right? But, I love the science fiction genre. So a book would come out, in 2001 or whatever, the year 2001, and I'd be like, oh, this one's good. And I buy it, and I haven't read it yet, with every intention to, like Scott said.
Yep.
So,
first edition hardback.
No, I don't do hardbacks. I hate hardbacks. They're too expensive.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I love hardbacks.
Books are already expensive. Again, completely off topic. Even paperback in the large size paperbacks, they're like $20 now. I remember when books were $4.99.
My problem is I can't read them anymore. I got to have my Kindle. That's about the only way I can read anything.
That's
rough. So I can blow up the words
That's
and
rough.
read them.
Do you wear readers, old man readers?
Yeah, and it's still
really
too much eye strain.
Wow. Yeah. Stu, you said something that unlocked a memory.
Extra copies.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So I have extra copies because of what was the word I had? They're backup copies because I just never know what MMP is going to do.
Right.
I mean, MMP at this stage in its 30-year history or so, whatever it is.
Yeah.
We're all getting old. What's going to happen when the 3 MMP guys move on to other things or unfortunately pass away? I mean, eventually everyone passes away, right?
Right.
Is MMP going to carry on? What's going to happen to ASL? Will something never be reprinted, etc.? And that's why I have backup copies, because you just never know what's going to happen, and it's like insurance. I could sell it.
Right.
I'm not going to lose money on it.
So there might be someday when you want a lake house, right?
Right.
And
the extra copies are good for developing. Not that I travel a lot, but for people that could take it somewhere else and travel, like I have GMT games at the warehouse, and I literally have 3 sets of Combat Commander. So if I just wanted to take one of my extra sets that I don't save for home with pristine environment, that I could take there, and if I happen to, some guy pours his beverage on or some shit like that, it's just the extra copy, right? And it's not that big a deal, yeah. So I literally have 3 sets of Combat Commander, and there's another set some guy was selling for like $30 for unpunched copies. Like, that's, I mean, $60 for Mediterranean, and the base model is still not too bad. And just I mean, $60 for essentially 2 games versus 160 for Zamoli. It's like,
Yeah.
I could buy Combat Commander. Essentially, that's why I buy it, because that's like essentially 3 sets of Combat Commander that I can get to the table.
Scott.
And,
Well, yeah, like I said before, I mean, if you could have bought 100 copies of Decision at Elst when it was first printed, you'd be, you'd hog heaven.
Truck a load.
Yeah, I mean, we'd all be retired.
I wouldn't be able to buy a door on a lake house where I live, let alone a lake house.
Yeah.
I'd have to move to Idaho.
You already live on a lake, so.
No, I don't.
Well.
He just flooded.
Oh, the Puget Sound?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not on it. It's close, but I'm not. I wish I was on it. God.
You could walk to it.
Yeah, it's just through the trees, kind of. But I don't have a view. I wish I did, but I don't.
Just cut down the trees.
That's a problem because it's not on my property.
Sell your ASL collection.
Yeah, I'd have to buy a lake house in. God, even Montana's expensive. Everywhere is expensive out west. I'd have to go back east to like New Hampshire and buy something.
You could buy it next to the radioactive pond that they're dumping in Nevada somewhere.
I'd go to Hanford. Probably cheap property around there. That time went fast. At least I thought I did.
You serious?
Talking about collectors versus players. Scott, I never thought about your definition of. Well, I never thought of the actual true definition of the word, I guess. So there's probably no, per the definition, I don't think there's any true ASL collectors. That would be a weird thing to collect. Very.
Yeah.
As opposed to, well, I don't know, people collect weird things. People collect like spoons and.
Oh, right.
Just whatever, weird stuff.
Earwax.
Well, that's you. You're talking from personal experience. I want a picture of the earwax container.
Oh, okay.
He does.
Far more players than collectors, I believe, in my opinion.
Yeah, but per our definition, I mean, I think some people lean towards they have a bunch of stuff and they don't play much, and there are other people that play nonstop, and well, I think we're in the middle somewhere. I mean, I'm probably I lean more collector than Scott does, probably. Yeah.
Me too.
Well, I was buying, like, the last 15 years, I bought a lot of games, but then it just got to the point where it's like, I got too many games. I'm not,
Yeah, real.
I'm not. I just kind of need to focus on. Focus on a few games and.
Yeah.
Oh, are you talking non-ASL?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Non-ASL.
Yep. I think, like I mentioned in a previous show, I jettisoned back in, I think the early 2000s. I jettisoned all my games except all my ASL stuff, because I didn't have time to play board games at the time. But I knew I wanted to go back, and I kept all my original Dungeons and Dragons books, like my Beat to Hell Dungeon Master's Guide, Player's Handbook, and Monster Manual. Originals from the 70s. That's all I have.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's good stuff. That's more nostalgic more than anything. I mean, I got my Player's Handbook too since I was 17. So it's like, that's just the smell of it, the texture.
You
of
look
it.
through it. I remember the day the DM guide came out. A friend of ours drove to Spokane. It was Moscow, Idaho. There's nothing really there, right?
Yeah.
He drove to Spokane and bought like 4 copies, like him and his dad or whatever. And then we paid him and we got them. We got them all. Yeah.
Contraband.
Yeah.
Across state lines.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Okay. Any last thoughts on collectors versus players? Well, one last thing. There's so much ASL anymore.
Yeah.
Which is in 2025, and MMP seems to be ramping up from the looks of it instead of ramping down. Third parties are ramping up. Is the player base ramping up? I have no idea. Is there a
I don't know.
correlation there? I couldn't tell you.
Well, that's the thing is I was buying some third-party stuff, but it's like now it's like MMP. It's gotten to the point where it's like I've got more MMP ASL stuff that I'll probably never be able to play. The third-party stuff would be.
Yeah.
I just don't need it.
Right.
You know.
Yep.
And like we discussed before, in kind of in correlation with playing and things like that, where and changing scenarios up and changing material and product up. We discussed this before about having more Hazels, more sort of like standalone-ish type stuff, because essentially when you produce a new map, like say map 99 comes out or whatever, you're going to have 15 to 20 scenarios that use that map. And that's it. And that's it. That's ever. So why not just produce a mini Hazel and have 10 to 15 scenarios using that map? And at least it's a Hazel. It kills two birds with one stone,
right.
And since a lot of guys are very, history based, they want to relive, the Battle of Hatton, like the Kharkov in Flames sort of thing, that's going to be a popular module. And just stop printing the boards and go to the Hazel. We got the boards, baby. Stop the boards.
Yeah.
Stop the madness.
About
Because
100 now?
you're not going to get that many scenarios on it. You might as well do a Hazel where you're going to get the same scenarios, but you'll expand the people that love Hazels but hate the board stuff.
Yeah.
It kills two birds with one stone.
Yeah, including starter kit, there's like 120-ish geo boards.
Fuck, it's a lot.
That's a lot. That's a lot of combinations of terrain you can build for a scenario.
Yeah.
I don't know how many. Yeah, a lot.
And
probably billions.
Some guy posted something about he played Rehearsal at Crete, and it's got like 5 boards in Rehearsal at Crete. There are no scenarios that I have seen the past 50 products that I've purchased that has more than 3 boards.
Yeah.
At all. They're all 2 boards.
Old days scenarios were big. 13 turns,
big.
4 boards. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's a good point because it's like every year I get a new action pack and I open it up and I look at the one or 2 boards. I'm like, just throw them on the pile. It's like, oh, it's just another board.
I've lost track of, before you could know what comes out of what, but board 67, no freaking clue where that came from.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you.
I mean, unless you played those 8 scenarios in that action pack it came out of or whatever, nobody's using those boards. I don't even know if anybody else. I don't know. I mean, some of those boards look fantastic, but they're just not going to be used a lot. I mean, and that's sad. So scrap the old 8x22 and just make the Hazels.
Yeah.
Use the other boards, throw the overlays we have, the overlay pack that we purchased for $50 or whatever it was, and modify those.
Did you buy
boards. No, hell no.
Me neither. I did not buy that. I did not buy that.
It's unnecessary unless it included the Pacific. For me, there's only like 6 or 7 pages, honestly, of overlays, and that included the old GI ones. The old ones from the old GI for the old GI scenarios. So, but yeah, I don't. Nobody likes playing. It's an old story, but yeah.
Let's wrap this up. Episode 26.
Wrap it up.
Wrap it up. Speaking of wrapping,
Wrap it up.
I got a song for you at the end of the video.
Oh, yeah.
Right after this, right after we get to the chopper. It's
Nice.
called Boxcar Heartbreak, and it was recorded at an unnamed ASL tournament in 1998. So stay tuned for that.
Ooh.
All right, guys. We'll see you in episode 27 next week. Later.
Get to the chopper!
All right, put those hands together. Who's up for a game tonight? Did you bring your dice? Has anyone out there experienced Boxcar Heartbreak? Yeah, I thought so. Let's go! Put your hands, say now. Squad, you hold that row house. You do not break. In the rally phase, the room goes narrow. Counters flip down, faces to the table. Sand marker sits like a loaded dice cup. Snipers sleeping until the storyline looks up. You whisper ELR like a quiet prayer, trying not to see how tied those MMC are there. Their moral is a number, but the tremor is real as you shake the cup for the last big reveal. How y'all doing tonight? We have Neal on guitar doing that 10-finger boogie. We got Scott behind me, banging on those drums. And Stewie's slapping that bass. That's what he's good at. When the squad you needed most goes from steady to broke, like a ghost against the post. Boxcar heartbreak. No tidy rhyme for that hard slide away. Just a leader alone in a shell of a hex, while the hope drains off the play. You tell yourself next time. You tell yourself learn. But right here, right now, all you feel is the burn. Boxcar heartbreak. Learn to love the fall. Boxcar heartbreak. Tiny walls so tall. Boxcar heartbreak. Cowboy kings, thin crowns. Boxcar heartbreak. Stand them up, tear them down. One last chord holds like a breath before dawn, then cuts, leaving only the air and the memory of boxcar heartbreak. Boxcar heartbreak. Boxcar heartbreak. Boxcar heartbreak. Boxcar
That's it, man. Game over, man. Game over.
If you like what you saw, please like, share, and subscribe. If you didn't like what you saw, thanks for watching, and let me know how I can do better. See you in the next video.